All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, call law, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, KAKADASH. Double honors to the pots of Israel, aka the pots of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick. So I have this article, and it's from what is called the War Zone. Now, this issue is in a couple a couple news platforms, so it's a pretty prevalent topic because it's very recent. And it basically goes into, I'm reading the title of the article, says, U.S. Army's first combat use of THAAD missile defense system just occurred in Israel. Now, here it is, right? You got people talking about, the war is going to stop, right? But yet, they're bringing out more and more weapons. They're bringing out more and more defense systems. But I thought everybody wanted to stop the war. So if everybody wanted to stop the war, wouldn't everybody just stop? That's how you know it's a higher power doing it, man. And it's Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Because here it is. Since the Houthis they're bombing Israel continually over there, bombing Amalek over there in the land of Israel continually. Now America has to start giving them more and more defense. So it says an official confirmed that the interceptor was fired at a Houthi ballistic missile Thursday night over Israel, which is a couple nights ago. Because this article is from 15 hours ago. 15 hours ago. And we're going to get right into it. And then Lord willing had some scriptures, and Lord willing be edifying. So it says one of America's prized terminal high altitude defense, that's THAAD batteries, fired an interceptor in combat for the first time Thursday. And that's another thing too. And this war, these wars that's been going on the last few years, whether it be Russia, Ukraine, or Amalek and Palestine, there's been a lot of this. The first time this has been used. This is the first time this has been done. So you can't just say that these things have been going on, because now you have a lot of first occasion of things happening. Like, this is the first time it happened. All right. So it says one of America's prized terminal high altitude area defense batteries fired an interceptor in combat for the first time Thursday, which is 2 days ago. The system forward deployed in Israel was employed against an incoming medium-range ballistic missile, MRBM, fired by the Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen, a U.S. military told the War Zone, TWZ. The official added that it was unclear as of Friday if the U.S. interceptor or Amalekite one actually took out the missile. A THAAD battery belonging to the United Arab Emirates, UAE, scored the system's first kill overall in 2022, as you can read more about it here. It's going something else. It says video appeared online purportedly showing the U.S. THAAD interceptors launch in Israel earlier today. A voice was heard saying he has spent 18 years waiting for this, a potential reference to the system's age, as the U.S. Army stood up its first THAAD battery in 2008, after it was deployed beginning in the early 1990s. So these things have been created. These things have been used. Now it's being used. It's probably going to be used more frequently, and it's going to be used to a higher magnitude, man, because now the war is intensified. Because why? This is the third woe. This is the war that's going on, and the war that this wars and these skirmishes are beginning is the war to end all worlds. This is the third woe. That's the third woe in Revelation 11 chapter. These are all leading up to that great day of Yahawah's return, to when the nations are at war with each other, and then he comes, and then the whole host of angels. Remember, our Lord, the Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, is called what? The Lord of hosts, Lord of armies, man. And he's going to come through and annihilate all these heathen armies, all their military, all their weapons, all their defense. You have no defense against Yahawah. Mark that with none of these nations, Esau, Ishmael, Elam, Moab, Ammon, none of y'all have any defense against Yahawah. It said the THAAD battery and about 100 soldiers were deployed to Israel in October to bolster Israel's defenses ahead of an expected Amalek retaliation for Tehran's massive missile barrage earlier that month, which I believe that they did that on October 1st. It says a counterattack from Iran never came to fruition, but the battery has stayed in place because they know it's inevitable. Yeah, they might not have attacked. Yeah, these nations, they might not have gone to the full extent of World War III and nuclear war, but it's coming. The Lord said the third woe coming quickly, so everything happening now is just a buildup. And the Lord said, and basically in the spirit of YAHAWASHI, the Lord said what to the prophets? Trust in the process. And we still got to wait upon him. The Lord is doing everything according to his will. Nothing should be stirred until everything be fulfilled according to YAHAWASHI's will. And ultimately, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Because even Yahweh has to follow the will of Yahweh, as he's always said. It says, Houthi rebels have launched sporadic missile barrages at Israel for months, including while Israel was conducting airstrikes on multiple targets in Yemen during the early hours of December 19th, which was just, what was that, like almost 10 days ago now, December 28th? They said December 19th, so that was this month, just a week or two ago. It says on Friday, the Yemeni rebel group said it had launched a missile at Israel's Ben Gurion airport and also targeted Tel Aviv with a drone attack, all in retaliation for recent Amalekite strikes on Sanaa International Airport, the Guardian reported. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, said the ballistic missile was intercepted before it reached Israeli airspace. Still, residents in central Israel were ordered into shelters for fear of falling debris, the publication noted, adding that there were no reports in Israel of hostile drones over Tel Aviv. Now, remember, I think this is the attack where they said millions of these Amalekites in Israel seek shelter in bomb shelters. Millions. Remember, Israel, the land of Israel is not that big. It said the exact configuration of the THAAD battery currently in Israel is unclear, but a unit of this kind can include up to 9 transporter erector launchers, each carrying 8 interceptors, a long-range AN/TPY-TX band radar, a mobile fire control and command and control center, and various supporting equipment. Additional interceptors will be available to reload the launchers during a combat deployment, which is going to be happening. There's going to be continual combat. Remember, the Lord said, well, I should have war with Amalek from generation to generation. This ain't going to stop. And they keep talking about, oh, they're going to stop at the stop of the war. No, there's no stop of this war until YAHAWASHI returns. And then you got to deal with him, and then he stops the war because he completely obliterates you niggas. It says, as well, it is a terminal missile defense system, meaning it takes out short, medium, and intermediate range ballistic missiles in the final stages of flight as they careen down through the atmosphere to their final targeted destinations. It says, for Amalek, the THAAD sits at the top end of air defense systems in a country capable of terminal phase missile defense, which also includes David's Sling and the Arrow 2 system. Israel has recently retired its Patriot surface-to-air missile batteries, which had terminal missile defense capabilities. The land-based terminal phase intercept capability can be augmented by positioning U.S. Aegis-equipped service combatants loaded with SM-6 missiles off the Amalekite coast. Israel also had a robust mid-course intercept capability in the form of Arrow 3 system, and the same U.S. Navy ships loaded with SM-3s can also provide this capability. But it seems, America has plenty of assistance for fucking these small hats, man. Here it is, your own American citizens are out here destitute. They said homelessness had increased in America, but yet you got all this money, you got all this time to invest in these fucking small hats and their problems. That's how you know, man, something's up, man. And the jig is up, man. Everybody know that those are not the real Jews. Those are not the real Israelites. And that Israel's bond paid for by America or America's bond paid by Israel, it's all the same shit. They've been over backwards for these niggas over there. And you think eventually that's not going to come back on America? Why else is America the daughter of Babylon? And this all Esau's kingdom, Esau should be greatly despised. Because you're taking money that can be used for your own citizens and pushing it for war. You spare no expense for Amalek, but when it comes to your own people, it's like, oh, we got budget cuts and budget this, but cut this, and we got to cut that. But you don't cut shit off for these niggas. But it's okay, though. This is all the will of YAHAWASHI. You can't stop it. And eventually it's going to lead to your downfall anyway, because America is going to be destroyed by the same very missiles that's being talked about in all these articles. It said the U.S. Army's 7 THAAD batteries have seen multiple short and long-standing deployments in the past. In addition to the one presently in Israel, 2 more of the units are currently forward deployed, one in Guam and one in South Korea. So, all these other nations You giving them all this assistance and all this help. But here they just, like, you can't stress enough, like, people, American citizens are seeing this. And you think Donald Trump is going to stop it? Donald Trump is going to continue it. It may be in a different method, a different format, but it's going to be the same. American funding going to the other countries. Your tax dollars going to the other countries, mainly Israel. The fucking small hats. The same motherfuckers that's bombing the shit out of people on the American dime. They're using weapons that sent from America. Ukraine too. Everything they're going against Russia with is from America. Billions of dollars. Billions. Hundreds of billions of dollars have been spent on these wars that have been going on for the last almost 3 years now. Amalek and Palestine, that's a year and some change now. But the whole thing with Russia and Ukraine, when February comes, that's going to mark 3 years. And in those 3 years, they spent billions, hundreds of billions of dollars everywhere, whether it be China, the China-Taiwan thing, Japan, Israel, Ukraine, all in the Middle East region, all in other parts of other sides of the fucking world. Americans, taxpayers' money and whatnot is system going over there, while Americans struggle to pay rent. That's the government for you. And people in America and people that love America and trust in America, you should be pissed. I'm just pissed that this is still continuing, but this is all the Lord's will. But to see it as a man is like, all right, you saying you don't have money for this that's in America. You don't have money for this that's in America, but yet you give Israel all this money and all this military aid that's worth billions. Billions. You got some Americans that are not even going to touch $1 million. The population in America is like 337 million. They sent hundreds of billions of dollars to Israel, Ukraine, and all that shit in totality, which means they could have given everybody in America $1 million a few times. Anyway, let me get this other article. So it says, while Thursday intercept was the first time the U.S. Army had fired the system to defeat an incoming threat, as we noted earlier, the UAE used its THAAD system to bring down a Houthi ballistic missile that was targeting an oil facility near Al Dhafra Air Base, which was hosting U.S. and French forces, in addition to Emirati personnel, when the attack took place in January 2022. And it says the deployment this past October was not the first time a THAAD had been sent to Israel. Either. It said the U.S. Army sent the system there in 2019 for an exercise, part of a Pentagon effort to test quickly deploying capabilities while keeping adversaries from having too much foreknowledge about U.S. military plans, the war zone reported at the time. The U.S. Army has maintained a long-range AN/TPY-2X band radar at Site 512, so-called cooperative security location in Israel's Negev desert, since 2012. To bolster Israeli and U.S. missile defenses, the service also started manning a location known as Site 883 in 2017 at Israel's Bishlak Air Base, also in the Negev, seemingly to help streamline the flow of critical data from Site 512, another sign of America's burgeoning air and missile defense capability in Israel before the current conflict erupted. So that means they knew this was going to happen. Ironically, you sent it the year before the C-19 and a couple years before all this shit started. But that's how you know these wars are staged. All wars are bankers' wars. It's the elites. The elites are doing it. The elites are telling America to give them all. The elites are giving America all this money to give to the small hats. These wars are all bankers' wars. All the elites, all these central banking families, they're all funding these wars. That's where the money is coming from. That's where the money is getting funneled through. That's who America owes trillions of dollars of debt to. But the Lord is exposing y'all niggas too. Yeah, that's right. YAHAWASHI is gonna get you personally, man. You elites, and you gonna think you're gonna run off in the sunset or run off into the fucking bunkers underground? Oh, say, woe ye Richmond for the great miseries that shall come upon you. Fuck Elon Musk and Trump on. We talking about the shadow government. That's who's controlling all it. They're all Amalekites too. But I have another article, and then I'm gonna get some scriptures. Oops. One more article. What the fuck? Also, okay, so they made it, okay. So, now here's a good one, and this is something people should be watching out for. The whole thing with China, Taiwan, and Philippines, and Japan, and that region of the Asia, that's getting heat too, and they're not even talking about that as much. They keep stressing the fucking Russia, Ukraine, that's crazy too. The whole thing with the Amalek and the Palestine, that's crazy too. But that's the thing too. This also is part of it, man, because the U.S. is involved here too. So it says, this is from Newsweek, and it says, map shows U.S. and Chinese aircraft carriers in Pacific this week. Now, this was published on December 27, 2024 at 11:31 a.m., which was yesterday. It's almost 24 hours ago. And dive right into it. So it says the United States aircraft carrier, so the fucking, the shit that's in the sea, those big ass ships, that's where the aircrafts fly off of. That's what they see in there from America and China. Okay? So it says the United States aircraft carrier reached the South China Sea this week following a westward transit via the Philippines, while all Chinese flat tops remain pierside. This came as China launched its first new generation amphibious warship on Friday. The 40,000 ton Type 076 amphibious assault ship is equipped with a catapult system similar to an aircraft carrier, enabling launch fixed-wing aircraft. It says Newsweek weekly update. It says mass aircraft carrier movements in the strategic Indo-Pacific region as of December 27, which was yesterday. The locations of 11 vessels were publicly available via military disclosures or open source satellite imagery. The U.S. military has the largest aircraft carrier fleet in the world with 11 in service. China ranks second with 3. And you have some of these in that region right now from America. But y'all want the war to stop, though. But yet y'all continually preparing for war. As the scriptures said, as prophecy said. And it says, the Carl Vinson conducted flight operations while underway in the South China Sea on yesterday, according to photos published by the U.S. Navy. It transited the Surigao Strait in the southeastern Philippines and the Balabac Strait in the southwestern Philippines from Sunday to Monday, and has operated to the South China Sea since Tuesday. So this is the last Christmas, the Christmas Eve. So this is last week. So they've been there a week already. And it said the USS George Washington. It said the George Washington remained pierside at Yokosuka Naval Base, its home port in the greater Tokyo area, during its second deployment to Japan as of Friday, which was yesterday. According to a local government website, let's check this. According to a local government website that tracks port visits by U.S. nuclear-powered warships. Nuclear again. They go nuclear again. Here it is. Every day you hear just the word nuclear more. Which means what? The Lord is gradually getting the world prepared. Like this was about to go down. Nuclear war. It says 2 aircraft carriers were spotted pierside at Naval Air Station North Island in San Diego, California. The latest satellite image captured on Wednesday, Christmas Day, showed. One of the aircraft carriers is the Abraham Lincoln, which returned home on December 20th following a deployment that included combat operations in the Middle East. The other is the Theodore Roosevelt, which returned from an overseas deployment in mid-October. So these warships, these aircraft carriers, everybody's busy with this warship now. Remember, the Lord, it's going to be all hands on deck. Everything that's built for war capabilities is going to be used. It says another pair of aircraft carriers, the Nimitz and the Ronald Reagan, remain pierside at Naval Base Kitsap in Bremerton, Washington, as of Wednesday, according to a website that records U.S. aircraft carrier deployments and photos published by the U.S. Navy. The Liaoning, which is the Chinese military first operational aircraft carrier, with Parasite at its base in Guangdong and China's eastern Shandong province on Thursday, Boxing Day. Which what? That was 2 days ago as well. And it says the Shandong, which is the second Chinese operational aircraft carrier, with Parasite at its base in... Man, I gotta get a scripture real quick. Hold up. Real quick, yo. This... Fuck. Oh my gosh. So there's the book of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 4. Verse 4, and it says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. So the Lord, the Heavenly Father, is doing this. Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI in particular is doing this, man. Because Yahawashi is controlling it as well. More so Yahawashi, actually. But Yahawah gave all dominion, all that to him. He controlling all of this. But the thing about it is, you have this happening, right? And it's only going to get worse. So it's not going to be like the Lord Hudson hosts a battle, then it's going to stop, and then everybody's going to be on peace. The peace is going to come after this all climaxes, man. After this all combusts. It's the Lord is mustering the host of the battle. He's gathering the Gentiles. He's having them get ready, preparing war, assembling themselves. Joel, the 3rd chapter, verse 9 to 12. This is all playing out as we speak. This is playing out as we speak, and the prophets of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI have been said it's going to happen. Even before I started doing this, you had the prophets starting with the apostles of Great Millstone saying, like, yo, these nations, the Third World War was going to be the war to end all wars. Iran was going to go to war with America. Russia is going to go to war with America, China, South Korea, North Korea, all of that. Japan, Philippines. Now look where we are right now in 2024. All the nations are fucking getting ready for war. And more people are getting involved. You got Pakistan. That just said they're building missile systems that eventually can hit the U.S. Just Jeremiah, the 50th chapter. All those that could bend the bow. Shoot at her. Spare no arrows. That place, that land, that Babylon in Jeremiah, the 50th chapter. The daughter of Babylon in Revelation, the 18th chapter. Talk about America. The place where all the nations were drunk with the wrath of her fornication, with all her bullshit, all her influence. That's all about America. Who else could it be talking about? The Northland, North America, the United States, where everybody comes to get rich or everybody comes to America to prosper. From these heathens to these jakes, everybody comes to America, the land of opportunity. Remember the land of opportunity? They make money, merchants. Verse 5, it says, they come from a far country and from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. What whole land is going to be destroyed? America. What are the weapons of the Lord's indignation? Starting with those nuclear missiles, these ballistic missiles, these ICBMs, these MRPMs, and all that. All of that. And then ultimately his son with the host of heaven, the angels, the elect getting that power. They're gonna it's gonna be you talk about Marvel, you talk about the Avengers, you talk about all this X-Men, all this bullshit, Marvel movies, DC. You ain't seen nothing yet when it comes to when Yahawashi comes back to the earth, the power he's bringing to the earth. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6. And it says, "Hail ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. The day of the Lord is at hand." Every day that passes, we're getting closer to the day of the Lord. We have to, they say leave each day at a time, right? Well, we live in each day at a time to the day of the Lord. To the day Yahawashi cracks the sky. A lot of people don't believe it. But here it is, that same man that you don't believe on him, the things he spoke of way before now are happening now, which means what? That's the time of his return. The day hasteth greatly. The end shall speak. Hold on, let me get that. Hold up, real quick, bear with me. Where is that? Is that Nate? Hold up. See, my memory serves me. Where you at? Where you at? No, it's not Nahum. Hold up. What is it? I think it's... Yep. Habakkuk chapter 2, right? I know it's either Nahum or Habakkuk. So, there's the book of Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm going to go straight to the point, verse 3. And it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. That's this time right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at the top. So this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1, and it reads, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that readeth it. That he may run that reading. Why would somebody run after reading something, man? Because it's going to be it's a dreadful sight. The day of the Lord shall be cruel. It should be a day of gloominess, distress. It said it should be wailing and gnashing of teeth. It said many shall wail because of the sight of YAHAWASHI. Think about that. It said many, they shall wail because of him. And it said every eye shall see him. So the people that's not getting saved, they're going to be ones crying. They're going to be ones begging and pleading YAHAWASHI not to destroy him. So reading Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3 again, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And that's what's happening now. You got all these nations just getting more war ready, getting nuclear weapons, ballistic missiles, shooting missiles, getting aircraft ready, naval shit. You got the whole shit going on in the Red Sea. That's why the U.S. Navy, the Houthis, they're fighting over there in the Red Sea, as all places. So it's up. It's already up. That's what the Lord said. The end shall surely speak, and it's speaking. The end is speaking, and it's only going to continue to speak, and only going to continue to get worse. All right. Verse 4, it says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. And you think about it, with these drones, the drones and the orbs, you see they're not talking about that much right now, but with the drones and the orbs, you had these Edomites. They was all shook and scared. Oh, the government tell us what's going on. U.S. government tell us what's going on. Tell us what's going on. We don't like not knowing. We don't like being in the dark. You didn't hear the prophets tripping. The Lord said, be not dismayed as the heathen are. See, they were dismayed. And they know that their judgment is coming. That's why the spirit in them is not upright in them. And that's only getting worse for them now. You see these Edomites, they're losing it. They're losing it because they see their country going down. They see their kingdom going down. And they see that the Israelites are coming up. That's why they can't stop it. You've had your time to oppress us. It was in this land. You had your hundreds of years of oppression in the daughter of Babylon on Jacob, especially the tribe of Judah. But now it's up. Now the Lord is going to come back and deliver his people and fuck you up. And you about to see what oppression really is. That's what the Lord said. Give unto her double. Give unto her double, the daughter of Babylon. For what? For the shedding of the blood of the saints. The Lord's chosen. That's why you get fucked up. It ain't just because you fucking white and you turn red when somebody hits you. No, it's about what you did. And for the soul not being upright in you, the Lord hates you. That's what it is. The Lord hates you. And the Lord allowed you to do what you did for a time, for a season. But that season is up. You come to your end. And now the end is manifesting more and more until you're actually at your end. But you're leading to your end right now. It's more days behind you than ahead. Especially for America. There's more days behind than ahead. You got all these countries gunning for you. And that's the end speaking, as the scripture said. But continuing on, it says, in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5, and it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. And that's what America do. That's what Esau do. And it ain't just wine, talk about the drinking wine. His philosophies, his bullshit. His sorceries, his lies, his deception. All that is the wine he transgression by, man. Well, they be like, why wine? No, wine is symbolic. It's metaphorically speaking. But it says also, it says, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Now, isn't America in everybody's business? Do you see China? Do you see these other countries getting all in America's business? But no, America's in everybody else's business. And who is America funded by? Who is America? What kingdom is America existing in? Esau's kingdom. So that's Esau. The same person who's unjust. The same person whose soul is not upright in him. He cannot do righteousness, man. He was designed to be wicked. He neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. Here, these elites, that's mainly them elites. They got the fatness of the earth. They got everything their heart desire, but yet it said neither can he be satisfied. It said it cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. And that's what he's doing now. And he uses America to do it. He uses the American government. He uses Amalek. He uses NATO, the EU. These elites use all these other Edomite countries to do their bidding. That's why you got the U.S., NATO, and what are they doing? Fucking sticking their nose in everybody's business. And then they're going to war with other Edomites, because Russia are Edomites too. So how can Satan's house stand if they all divided? You got Ukraine who are Edomites fighting against Russia who are Edomites. Now they're going against America who are Edomite. The Edomite in, representation of the face-wise. Because you got everybody living in America. But when you think about America and when you think about this kingdom and the way the earth is being ran, is ran by Edomites, so-called white people. I'm going to read that again. So this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5, and it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. But what did the Lord say he's going to do to the proud and haughty? He said he shall bring them down. And he's bringing America down. That's why they're getting more and more prideful. They think they can't be brought down, but yet they're continually being brought down. That's why Trump's whole thing was what? Make America great again. Because America is losing its greatness. It's lost it. And now on top of that, you have all these things being exposed about Esau in America and what's been going on for years. Everything's being exposed. All these whistleblowers. It says, neither keepeth at home. It said, here is America's on the other side of the world, and they're going to the other side of the world and then inflicting their bullshit on everybody else. But these nations, they said they lived deliciously with her. Because why? They made money, they profited, so that gave America some, like, you know what I mean? Like, we the shit because y'all make money off of us. That's what Trump's whole thing was. That's what all the terrorists and all that shit is about. You can't just come to make money off America and now you got to pay. Talking a bunch of shit, but lately this war shit has been it's so much shit going on with America and Esau. It's like you got these motherfuckers scraping and scrambling. Now these Americans are like, yo, I hope Trump does what he says and I hope he really stops this. Because look how bad it's getting right now. He didn't even get inaugurated yet. And they said, and Donald Trump, they said he's been getting briefed on all these nuclear threats and all these nuclear wars and everything going on already. Because when he gets inaugurated, when his keister finally sets foot back in the White House, he got to inherit all of this. This ain't going to stop just because the president is changing. It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. Esau can't be satisfied. These elites can't be satisfied because they have everything. Here it is. You got people worth trillions and trillions of dollars that own countries. And it says, it cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations. You up in China talk about, you do this, do that. You up in the Philippines talk about, you do this, do that. You up in fucking Ukraine, Russia talk about, yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah, I know you got your hand somewhere up in the fucking Hamite land too, over there in so-called Africa, trying to take them for all their resources. And that's what and that's how you know that it's talking about Esau, the so-called white man. Who else is doing that? Presently. Going everywhere, talking the shit they could take. Take these resources. Take this. Take that. We need this. It says, verse 6 of Habakkuk chapter 2, it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. And what's ultimately that? The land of Israel. That's not yours. Nor the Palestinians, man. No, them Ishmaelites. That ain't your land. That's one of the main things that's not yours that you took unto yourself. And now look who's building. Look who's doing all this shit. The people in that land. And they're not. Well, it says woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. How long? How long will you be prideful? How long will you lay yourself with thick clay? How long will you pressure yourself up and being such a righteous and great country? Because now everybody hates you. And look what's happening. These other countries, whether it be matter of fact, hold up. Because if America is putting all this shit into them small hats, right? Damn, what verse is it? Damn. I know, son will hold up. We're talking about the least of the flock. Oh, here we go. And it's funny. Edom is mentioned. But this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 20, and it reads, Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he taketh against Edom. And his purpose is that he had proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. And Teman is what? Germany. And I believe Germany, they just did something revolving around all this war shit. But those same people in Germany are the same people in Israel, the same people in Poland, same people in America that run America, if anything. That's Amalek. The Teman. Hold up. Oh, it says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So the least of the flock shall draw them up as what? This fucking small ass country, Israel, these small hats, they drawing up. The least of the flock shall draw who out? Russia, America, China, North Korea, Iran. They're the cause of all this. Ukraine and the people in the land of Israel, the Edomites, those are Amalekites. The least of the flock shall draw them out. They done got all this shit show started now. The Lord used those motherfuckers. And now look where we at now. Look where we're at now. A few years later. The whole world has gone to shit, and now the whole world is about to go to war now. You got America, basically a fucking corporation. They're shutting down businesses, closing left and right. They're pushing. Now we're talking about the pushing more digital, about to get rid of cash. You have the whole shit show. It just getting worse for Esau's kingdom. And these elites, they think they're not going to go down. They think they're not going to go down. Now these Edomites, they think somehow America is going to bounce back from this. But as time goes on, they see that it's getting more and more unlikely. These Edomites, remember, people are still getting older. You know what I'm saying? You have this new generation of fucking weirdos and moles. The whole look how low it's gotten in America as far as morals, what it used to be and what it is now. These young kids now, these niggas is Pop-Tarts. Let me go back to Habakkuk real quick. So it's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 7. It says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be booties for them, spoils. And it says in verse 8, it says, because thou hast spoiled many nations. That's what Esau's been doing. His whole kingdom, he's been spoiling nations, just taking just stealing from what he could take, and doing it deceitfully. So about, yeah, we'll give you this, you that, but you don't give shit, you don't do shit, you just take from people. You spoil the nations. Matter of fact, let's see what that's saying in the the NLT. So this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 8. In the NLT, it says, because you have plundered many nations. Now all the survivors will plunder you. You committed murder throughout the countryside and filled the towns with violence. That Esau did that. He did that to who? Mostly Israel. 70 AD. Remember that? You still ain't pay for that. You still ain't pay for that. And then when we came to America, you ain't pay for that. You're still ruling. Well, watch when the Lord takes you out of the power seat. That's what we're waiting for. Waiting for Yahawah BAHASHAM. I was trying to take you out of the power seat. So when you know that you're not in control and neither is your nation, the elites are put in the chains, and then the rest of you Edomites in the other parts of the world are going to be put in the chains. Because the Edomites here left in America, they're going to be destroyed. Just like the Jakes that's left here are going to be destroyed by a thermonuclear war, by the nuclear fire that's coming to America. The lake of fire is said to be taking place in the land of America, the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great, which art to be destroyed. Oops. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read the Habakkuk chapter 2, and I'm gonna read the NLT. I'm gonna go back to verse 2, and it says, verse 3. It says, "This vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed." And that's what? The destruction of Esau, the destruction of America, the uplifting of Israel, the children of Israel being delivered once for the last and final time, being delivered out of captivity. Surely when I be said that the Lord delivered the children of Israel out of Egypt, but once he delivers out of spiritually Sodom and Egypt, that's what we're waiting for. That's what the Lord is about to do. And that's what all this stuff has to take place. But it's a process. That has to be, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't just skip to the finale. The Lord said everything got to take place in its time. So these nations have to continue. The Lord of hosts has to continue to muster the hosts of the battle. Get it. You know what I'm saying? Get it so tense. And then it's going to combust. Fill up the bubbles, filling up the war bubble. But then once it pops, Yahawashi is back. And he gonna let it be known that, look, this mine now, I run this. Ain't gonna be no more dollar bills. Ain't gonna be no more of this, you over my people. Well, and to our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you got a lot of our people that don't want this. They don't want America to be destroyed. They don't want to see Esau go down, even though Esau continues to do them the dirtiest. The dirtiest. Does us the worst out of all the nations. But they want to see it continue because they don't believe. They think that this is all life has to offer under this fucking devil. The same motherfuckers that brought you over here in cargo slave ships, that brought your ancestors over here in cargo slave ships, you think that these niggas ain't gonna go down? How Pharaoh went down? These are modern day pharaohs. These are modern day Egyptians. These are the same people that the Lord said he hates. How they gonna be ruling forever? Come on. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4 in the NLT, it says, "Look at the proud. They trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked. But the righteous will live by their faithfulness to Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI." They're crooked. They don't have faith in it. They have faith in their military. They have faith in their riches. That's why you got these billionaires. They build them bunkers. Oh yeah, just tell you, the economic collapse. I'm gonna make sure my nest egg is good. But it's not gonna save you from the nuclear blast. Your money, it said, riches profit nothing in the day of wrath. The Lord's wrath has come upon the earth, and it's going to get worse and worse. He's going to turn it up more and more every day, every second shit. Every second, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI turns up the wrath on the earth that he had made. And then he say, what? He's going to visit the earth which he had made. And he's visiting it now. But watch when Yahawashi actually makes himself visible. Makes his presence known, like, once Yahawashi is actually standing on the earth. Once Yahawashi, who the world called Jesus Christ, is standing on the earth with the power from heaven on earth. That's going to be the sight. That's why everybody going to wail. He going to see, bro, he could just stand and be silent for like 10 minutes. And everybody going to shut the fuck up. Everybody going to have to shut the fuck up. He's let you go far enough. That's why we're waiting for Yahawah to send Yahawashi back. So he could finally judge the earth. in righteousness, and complete righteousness too. Esau don't judge the earth in righteousness, but he has the fatness of the earth right now. But the Lord, Yahawashi, about to take it back. Not be delayed. So Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5 now in the NLT, it says, wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed up many peoples. That's Esau. That's what Esau, all Esau does to get rich is take from everybody else. Make a deal with them and go back on the deal. And who does he use mostly to do that? The United States. The United States. Fucking the Catholic Church. Especially on the Catholic Church. Bunch of, what my man said, 300, bunch of boy lovers. Like, come on, man. Like, you think the Lord's going to allow these devils to be at the top forever? When they do everything that the Lord hates and despises? Come on. The Lord said he made his law to be followed from generation to generation by the nation of Israel. As long as Esau is on top, the whole nation of Israel will never follow the law, statutes, and commandments to 100%. Not even the elect that's left here. That's why we need to be changed. That's why we need to get delivered out of here. Because we're always going to fall short of the glory of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. But we have to continue to trust in Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI while we're here in this hell. Because as time goes on, we just getting closer to getting the hell up out of here. So we got to remain to be patient. The Lord said, wait ye upon me till I raise up to the prey. He's raising up to the prey every day, and that's that. He's going to get Esau. He's going to get these elites. He's going to get these nations. Just know that they already got. We just got to wait and make our calling in the election so when Yahawashi comes back, we can get delivered out of the chaos. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6 in the NLT now says, but soon their captors will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you thieves? Now you will get what you deserve. You become rich by extortion, but how much longer can this go on? They can talk about the other nations, but who do they spoil the most? The Israelites. We're going to mock them. We're going to be giving back everything that you took. The other nations, the heathens, they're going to have their shit or whatever. They're going to have their lands, but we're going to have it all. Because we're going to run the whole earth under Yahawashi, including all you other nations, including you Edomites. That's what y'all not ready for. That's what they don't tell you in these churches. They don't tell you there's going to be a certain people that's going to rule after this earth. They don't even talk about the kingdom. You go to a church on a Sunday, whatever church is still up and running with a nice amount of people in their congregation, I guarantee that the pastor will not say shit about the kingdom. Well, I don't say shit. They won't say anything about the kingdom. The everlasting kingdom of the Lord. The Lord taking the nations and putting them into captivity. They won't talk about Jeremiah 30th chapter around the 17th verse. They won't talk about that. They talk about just, love and hugs everybody. No. The Lord not coming to hug everybody. The Lord says he shall smite the... Man, let me get that. Man, if I'm going to read verse 7 of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse quick, and it says, suddenly your debtors will take action. They will turn on you and take all you have while you stand trembling and helpless. That's to you Edomites, man. Especially you elites, you Rothschild, you Bernsteins, all you 13 central banking families. Yahawashi about to take everything from you. From you. You have the fatness of the earth right now. You call the shots. But you won't call the shots forever. All you fucking old wrinkled ass bastards. And you know who you are. You know you run the earth. You know you have everything. But Yahawashi about to take everything you got and then put you into slavery, man. That's what's about to happen. So call all Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI for that. For that. For that reassuring that you're at your end. And that's why you're moving the way you're moving. And you should be standing there helpless and trembling and helpless. So real quick, let me go to, oops. So I'm going to read Revelation chapter 19, verse 15. I'm going to read the NLT as well. So the King James Version says, And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he tread the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty God. Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushua, the Father. Right? When you go into NLT, it says, from his mouth came a sharp sword to strike down the nations. He will rule them with an iron rod. He will release the fierce wrath of Yahweh, the Almighty, like juice flowing from a winepress. Excuse me. You other nations are done. Yahweh about to come and rule. He about to smite you. And just for, hold up. Let's see something. What they got for smite? Well, the word smite says to stroke with the sword, to afflict, to visit with evils, etc., as with a deadly disease, to smite down, cut down, to kill, slay. That's what the Lord coming. He shall kill, he shall slay the nations. Why don't they talk about that in the churches? This is talking about who the world calls Jesus, what he's going to do. He shall smite the nations, kill them, slay them. It says what? It says visit with evils, to visit with evils. But the Lord is righteous, but it's going to seem evil to you, but it's going to be all righteous. And that's that. Well, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I ain't gonna finish this article. So, but if you want to finish this article, I kind of like went off and started going to the scripture. But this is from Newsweek, and it talks about what? Map shows U.S. and Chinese aircraft carriers in the Pacific this week. So they're all preparing for war. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick and end it off with that. So it's the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, which we always been doing. It says, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. And that's what's happening right now. China, America, they all getting ready for war. Aircraft carriers there, and drones there, and nuclear subs there. All that shit. ICBM test here, test this here. Soldiers deployed there, here, there, everywhere. It says, verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Beat your plowshares into swords. Get those nukes ready, man. Everybody getting their nukes ready, whether it be ICBMs, nuclear missiles, ballistic missiles, rockets. Get all that firepower ready. Get all the fires going. Get all the fires started, man. And that's the Lord mustering the host of the battle. Verse 11, it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathens. It says, all ye heathen. So that's why all these heathens are the ones getting ready for war. You don't see the Israelites getting ready. We don't have the means to do none of this. And our weapons of warfare are not carnal. We're just to go out there and proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, for them to prepare war. Y'all gonna go against YAHAWASHI. 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Though they fear their dirts fight. That's all these nations. That's China, that's America, Russia, all these other nations. Get all this war ready. They're eventually gonna go against YAHAWASHI and what he's bringing, and they're not gonna win. They ain't gonna come close. And the Lord said, what? He shall make a speedy riddance. What did Ezra say he saw? He said, what? I saw everything with a great multitude, and now it's dust and a smell of smoke. 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. All ye heathen, it says, and gather yourself together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. And that's all happening where? Over there in the east. The Middle East, the eastern part of the world. That's where all the ruckus is at. America's already on the other side. But they sending shit over there. Right about that. Verse 12 of Joel chapter 3, it says, let the heathen be wakened. And that's what's happening. They're waking. Because they are prepared for war now and still preparing. It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And that's where you go into 2nd Ezra 13. I'm going to go to. Bump it. I'm going to end off with that. Because if he said, there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, so that means they're all been prepared to meet the Lord. Their armies, you know what I'm saying? The Lord said what? He's going to slaughter their armies. So if the Lord said in Joel chapter 3, verse 12, there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, when did that take place? That didn't take place yet. And that's the Old Testament, because you got people talking, oh, that's the Old Testament. But when did Joel, the 3rd chapter, when did that take place? When did the Lord come and sit and judge all the heathen round about? When did 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, come to pass? I'm about to read it. Man, I'm going to start at the top. So at the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, verse 1, and it says, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with thousands of heaven. And we turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Now what it say? Every eye shall see him, all the kings of the earth shall shut their mouths at him. Isaiah the 52nd chapter. His prudent servant extolled very high. Talk about Yahawashi. Isaiah 63. Who is this that cometh in Edom? Who is it that cometh in Edom with dyed garments from Basra? That's talking about Yahawashi, who the world enemy called Jesus Christ. And all of a sudden he coming to be nice to everybody. So it says, I'm gonna read that again. 2nd Esdras chapter 13, verse 3. And it reads, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. All the things trembled that were seen under him. And it says, verse 4, it says, whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. You see what happens to the earth when fire when fire takes place, it burns. And you got all these wildfires, you got all these things happening, these natural wildfires. So imagine the concentrated fire Yahawashi is bringing with the heaven. Remember, our God is a consuming fire. All right? Verse 5 of 2nd Esdras chapter 13, it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So that's talking about those armies. A great multitude, those men, those are the armies of the other nations. Right? And it says, verse 6, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. That's a chariot. That's a chariot. That's what he's coming in. That's what he left in. That's what he's coming back in. What did the angel tell the disciples? Said, this same Yahawashi, who the way you see him leaving is the way he's gonna come back. And now we're fast forward, we're approaching that day. It says, 2nd Esdras chapter 13, verse 7, it says, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after, verse 8, it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. So after they see Yahawashi, they're gonna be in the middle, they're gonna fight each other. Yahawashi comes, boom. They look. Remember, Yahawashi, he's in his full form, he's his glory. He's in his glory. Yahawashi, the host of heaven, all that is behind him, the elected, delivered, all that is taking place. They see it, they're in fear, they gotta be shook. It said all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, especially their armies. But he said, yet durst fight. So they're gonna fight against him anyway, and he's gonna make them fight against him. He's gonna put it in their mind to shoot at him. Right? So this is 2nd Esdras chapter 13, verse 9. And it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. Verse 10, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. So all this money that these heathens and these devils have spent on their nuclear capabilities, their missiles, their rockets, so on and so forth, their arsenals, they're gonna use the best of the best that they have against Yahawashi. They say he's not gonna lift up a sword. He's not gonna lift up a finger. 2nd Esdras chapter 13, verse 11 now. It says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight. So he burned them all up. And it says, and burned them up, every one, so that upon the son of an innumerable multitude, the innumerable multitude he saw a couple verses up, he said, was to be perceived. It says, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. There's a vision he had. He had a vision of the Lord destroying the nations and their armies. He had a vision of Isaiah the 34th chapter, where it said the indignation of all against all the armies. Ezra saw that. This was about to happen. All these nations, they're fighting each other now. They're getting ready. All this nuclear talks. This is what they're preparing for this great day that is speaking about right here in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. This is probably this is one of the reasons why they took their apocrypha out. But you can't stop the prophecies. You can't stop life, right? You can't stop. You can't go back to the day that's past. You know, Esau, you want to go back to a day that has passed. You want to probably go back some years that's passed. But you can't. Time continues to move forward, and there's more days behind you than ahead for your rulership, man. Starting with you elites, and then the rest of you so-called white people, and you heathens, man. And then the 2/3 of our people that's in league with these heathens and these Edomites, man. You're gonna meet YAHAWASHI the same way these heathens are. Jeremiah the 9th chapter, the last 3 verses. But with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the Powers of Israel, a.k.a. the Powers of Great Millstone. And peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom.